Seems a pleasant enough little place.
Practices of the dark.
Doing this sort of thing forever, though. Fancy I'll have my own operation worked out one day. It will work for me. Someone's here. Ooh, this shouldn't take long. Over here.
Big student. Nothing. No one here as usual.
Mysterious and a bit unsettling. What to do?
Oh, nice to see you here.
You're here. Good.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned.
I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
I'd be interested.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no... It's worthy of further...
I'm ready to
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do. I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb. I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
Revelio. Bombarda. Confringo. At least now we know we're not alone in here. Incendio.
Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Yeah, spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
Confringo. Accio. Opening all of these is tempting.
We're here for a reason. I'd say opening them all is
Confringo.
justified.
Lumos. Confringo. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Finding a chest in an inconspicuous
Revelio.
lock. Brilliant.
Confringo. Incendio. Confringo. Revelio. Accio. Protego. Accio.
Watch your step. I nearly slipped there. All this grass, it no longer feels like a tomb. I've read about catacombs that underwent expansion efforts and ran into problems, often cave-ins.
And then were abandoned.
Exactly. We'll be fine, though.
Revelio. Confringo. Incendio. Incendio.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be
Accio.
buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd.
Accio. Descendo. Revelio. Depulso. Accio. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Accio.
We're in the tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory.
Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
There's something here by the altar.
Accio. Revelio.
What did you find?
Accio. Revelio. Accio.
We've made it this far. Clearly we have more to do.
Revelio. Accio.
I need to find a safe way across.
Confringo. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Confringo. Accio. Confringo. Accio. Incendio. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Confringo. Accio. Revelio. Accio. Confringo. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio.
Rickety Bone Bridge complete.
Revelio. Accio.
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced the space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades, I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperius Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined. Before we go further, I just realized something. The student's diary mentions the Imperius Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries. Focus your wand movement. It's not an easy spell to master. There we go. Something troubling ahead. Be on your guard.
Bombarda! Confringo! Accio!
Another barricade. Considering how well you did on the last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
Accio!
Try. That worked.
Confringo!
Going.
Incendio!
Crucial.
Confringo! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Accio! Revelio! Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Revelio! Accio! Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio.
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done.
Revelio. Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo. Imperio. Bombarda. Glacier. Glacier. Expelliarmus. Bingo. Confringo. Incendio. Accio.
Never knew spiders could make such a mess.
Bit dramatic, isn't it?
Confringo. Accio. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
This catacomb has suffered decay, just as the student's summary described.
I doubt anyone's been here in quite some time.
Revelio.
I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
Confringo. Revelio. Imperial! Confringo! Confringo! Incendio! Confringo!
For a moment there, I thought that'd never end.
Revelio! Confringo!
Dead end.
Accio!
All that for nothing.
Hold on. Don't give up yet.
Revelio! Confringo!
Sebastian! The relic! Look!
Could it be?
The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. But we're here for the relic.
I'm willing to ignore what the journal entry says. We're taking the relic.
Agreed. This is meant to be. For Anne's sake, I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic
Revelio.
secret, especially from my uncle. Is that ominous? Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine, but Ominous knows I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
How much did you hear?
Everything. I heard you encourage Sebastian to take the relic.
Sebastian's done his research. He knows what he's doing.
Sebastian makes things sound easy when they could be impossible or dangerous. We need to stop him.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
Sebastian's right. We need that relic.
I'm sorry. My mind is made up.
Are you willing to sacrifice your friendship over this?
I might be. How could I choose to stand by and watch him do this?
What if the choice wasn't yours? You wouldn't be to blame for what happens.
What in the world are you suggesting? Imperio?
That's what I'm saying. I would take all responsibility, This could save your friendship. I know how to cast it. Sebastian taught me. But I won't do it unless you agree.
This is insanity. I can't believe you would ask this of me.
Sebastian is never going to give up trying to cure Anne. If you try and stop him now, he'll never forgive you.
Fine. This is unfathomable. But I suppose if you want that responsibility, it may just save what is left of my friendship with Sebastian. Remember, this is what I was telling you about the dark arts. They come with a cost. You may well regret making this choice. Do what you have to do. Cast it. Before I change my mind.
Imperio! Step aside, Ominous. Stay in place until we're out of sight.
I will.
Sebastian, come on.
What did you do?
Imperio. It was the only way to get out of here without a fight.
Ominous, I'm sorry.
Sebastian, we have to go. Revelio. You need the relic.
I know. But not like this.
Ominous and I agreed. Surely there's a difference between casting Imperio on someone without their knowledge and casting it with permission.
I understand what you're saying. I do, but...
I've taken full responsibility. You have my word.
We've always looked out for each other, Ominous and I. I hope he knows that hasn't changed. How long will the spell last? How long must Ominous stay in the tomb?
The curse is lifted already. He'll easily find his way out of the catacomb just as we did. He'll be all right, Sebastian.
When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like Ominous. It'd only upset her.
Bombarda!
Ringo!
Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke! Over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry. Revelio.
I have a brother who works at Gringotts.
Oh, that was meant for me?
Stop! I'm afraid of heights! No!
Bombarda!
Easily died.
Dying, are we?
You can't stop
Bombarda! We have to places!
Won't get away.
Expelliarmus!
Sebastian, you fool! Stop provoking them!
I'm handling it.
Boy! What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
You did what you had to do.
If I have to keep proving that to my uncle, I will. He cannot banish me from my own home. From my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian and I have encountered Ranrock's loyalists before. That goblin would have killed Anne.
This family does not resort to using dark magic, even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere... If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately. Why, Sebastian?
Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. Incendio. Crucible. Imperio.
It's herbology homework, you say? Well, your homework just rampaged through the greenhouse and ate all of the Alohotsy plants. Your mother is just... No more homework that isn't written in a book, you hear me? No more.
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Don't think I've forgotten about your goblin friend. I haven't. But I appreciate you setting our earlier discussion aside for now. Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my own twin. If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh? That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
What did you mean you'd send Anne a crest so that she'd know to meet you?
We just lost our parents, and we were packing up to go and live with Solomon. We couldn't take everything. She was carefully organizing her prized possessions, a box of artifacts she'd collected to do with our family. Jewelry, cards, old photographs. She got to her favorite, a handmade crest, and without a second thought she handed it to me. "This will keep you safe," she said. "It holds no enchantment, but I've kept it with me since. That's how I can reach Anne. I'll get the crest to her with plans to meet."
Be careful, Sebastian. Your uncle could intercept it. We'll be expelled.
Even if Ominous is upset with us, he has no love lost for his family. He'd use their connections to the headmaster if we needed his help.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I'll send you an owl when I have news.
You're good, you're safe.
There you are. You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall and they got to her.
What do you mean? Is she all right?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there. She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's all right. I don't think either one of us could have anticipated that.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals that Gran had discovered when she was researching rare creatures. One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the Snidget, long thought to be extinct.
Exactly what kind of...
It's a small bird with golden feathers. In fact,
Why would Snidget...
they could make the golden Snidget if the poachers found...
Where exactly?
Gran says that, from what she recalls, that
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anyway.
Gran wants me to stay out of it. But I know she's devastated that poachers might... We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved them.
We need allies. Others who hate the poachers enough.
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The scent...
Sounds as if we need to go and talk...
We'll need to be careful in how we approach... Still, I think they may be our only... I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan.
Revelio.
It is wonderful to see you back here. Penny wishes you safe and wondrous travels. We've just acclimated to a slow, more peaceful life here in the...
You're back! Nice to see you again. I truly enjoyed working with you. Thank you for believing in me. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
I heard that from Mr.
Revelio.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle. Agabus, Filbert, Otto...
All right.
I suggest that you... And as my mother would never go near...
Where am I?
And Otto Dibble...
Very well.
I knew I could rely on. We need to know how they are. Meet me here after you have... Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
My father used to enchant his hands.
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow.
Oh, tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of... But I feared Harlow's retaliation.
If you had spoken out against him, as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by...
Perhaps. But...
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you.
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small... As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my...
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliate.
I suppose I have no... Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
Hello, Hamora.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Revelio. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there. Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my...
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security... Harlow approached me about...
And you declined?
Of course I declined. The note stated that I only... But the help Harlow wants...
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No. I'm worried sick about Isco. That said...
Are you sure the note...
What else could it possibly mean? It may sound silly, but
Why wouldn't...
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us.
I shall do all I can to get...
Very well.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you.
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
Please tell me you didn't take it.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you?
I've nothing to say about him. May...
Please, sir, I'd like to...
You know the Bickles?
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment. I went into the storeroom to check on what to...
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. Harlow advised me in no...
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. He said, your secret is safe as... I've been able to cover for his regret, but I can't keep it out for much longer.
Could you give me...
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has a...
What have you been doing to keep the...
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. Of course, none of this bodes well.
I met Mr. Hill.
He's a lovely man, but when it comes... I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for telling me.
I would love nothing more than to see... As for Rosie's letter...
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty. It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Natty must be around here somewhere. Revelio. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Revelio. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Her footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Accio! A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Revelio. Better be sure I'm not seen.
They don't seem to care for me in Hogsmeade. Can't
What?
Revelio.
It's not gonna work.
It might.
Using that girl's bait. Brandon's coming for her. We ought to just kill her.
Harlow says her friend had been reckless enough. He wants them alive.
Student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone.
Just keep an eye out.
Hey.
Revelio.
Miss a payment with me, and I'll make you pay through the nose.
Lower Hogsfield needs some stocks after Howard.
These people don't want me to see.
It's exhausting. Standing here all day waiting to do Rookwood's work for him. He can fight his own battles.
I wouldn't go back to Pitterpond Ford if they was giving out galleons.
Revelio.
I've had enough of Felcroft. Hope I never have to see it again. Well, if we weren't so forgetful, we'd probably have more, wouldn't we?
Come on from me!
Loud as a troll you are!
Revelio.
Keep on your toes.
Carved out by destiny, or merely the spawn of ill.
I may go to Hogsmeade later, stir up some trouble. They need to be reminded that we're still running things. Brave?
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio.
What?
I remember my father speaking.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Accio.
They don't seem to care for me in Hogsmeade.
Revelio.
It's exhausting. Standing here all day waiting to do Rookwood's work for him. He can fight his own battles.
Revelio.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
She's determined to say nothing. The boss will deal with her when he arrives. Which in
I've never been afraid of the dark, nor doing dark things. What are you, shy? I've seen more courage in a Porlock.
Revelio.
Let's finish this job.
You'll make a wrong footing soon, my friend, and I shall be waiting. I don't waste time seeing if they're dead.
Bombarda. Revelio. must be here somewhere.
I've used the dark. They don't seem to care for me in Hogsmeade.
Petrificus Totalis. Revelio.
It's exhausting. Standing here all day, waiting to do Rookwood's work for him. He can fight his own battles.
Petrificus Totalis. Revelio.
See it again.
Petrificus Totalis. Revelio. Petrificus Totalis. Revelio. The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back. Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to find it. It must be blocked by something.
Revelio. Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there. Mr. Rabe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you.
Revelio.
Friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay. Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe, to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done...
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than I must insist that you leave them... Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
I think I know how and where to approach the Centaurs about protecting the Snidgets. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon, after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
Bombarda! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Imperio! Confringo! Incendio! Confringo! Incendio! Confringo! Incendio! Bombarda! Confringo! Incendio! Confringo! 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 Incendio! This could be the Acromantula cave Mr. Adley mentioned. So this is the infamous absconder. Protego! Confringo! Bombarda! Confringo! Glacier! Confringo! Incendio! Now all that's taken care of, I need to find the heirloom for Milo's daughter. Confringo! Revelio! Confringo! Incendio! Confringo! I need to bring this heirloom back to Mr. Adley.
You are the talk of the school since you saved Mr. Rabe and I from the Ashwinders. We have come so far. We should discuss the next steps in our plan to stop Harlow.
Mr. Adley, I retrieved the heirloom pocket watch from Milo's body.
Merlin's beard! How did you? Actually, I don't want to know. I don't want to think about that Acromantula ever again. Thank you. Thank you very much.
This was quite difficult to retrieve.
Of course I'm happy to pay you. I can't afford much. I promise...
I don't think you realize the trouble I went to retrieving.
I should never have mentioned the heirloom. Here is your money, you extortion.
You're no better than Rookwood and his Ashwinders. Ugh.
Revelio. Accio. Flipendo. Flipendo. Glacius. Accio. Levioso. Revelio. Now here's Professor Fig. The Keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the Ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Do you have a moment, Professor? Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student? Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable title.
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the Ministry. Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course.
I heard the headmaster approaching.
Greetings! I mean, out of my way, children!
Professor Black, how are you, sir?
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move...
Professor, a word? Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they are fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a...
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better!
No, it's the headmaster and he's coming this way.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is in...
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom.
Charms, sir. Non-verb...
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you...
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen... Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
Stand proud, purebloods.
Professor, I need to speak to you. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never understand that.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Professor Black is happy with Scrope's performance as his house...
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone. Even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Ah! Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh. But Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Revelio. The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Lumos. Reparo. Revelio. 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 Lumos. Toujours pure.